There are a couple third-party game controller companies out there that are doing some really cool stuff, especially in the retro game space. I'm going to go over my three favorite companies right now, and the first one on that list is Nixie. So Nixie isn't entirely focused on the retro gaming space. They're kind of retro adjacent, doing a lot of really cool things for the Switch with a retro flair. This right here is the Nixie Wizard wireless Joy-Con controller, stylized obviously after the GameCube. Really cool for those GameCube games that made their way onto the Switch. But that's not even their best. In my opinion, the Hyperion 2 Joy-Cons for the Switch, I mean, these things are just phenomenal, and they're so much better than the Nintendo Switch Joy-Cons. They really are, like, by a long mile. I also have another controller there. It's called the Master P1, which is more just a standard controller that can work on PC, Switch, Android, all that. And of course, my most recent addition, the Nixie Warrior Lite, which is obviously a modern GameCube controller. And if you have a Bluetooth adapter on your GameCube, you can pair it up and play on that, which is awesome. My next favorite company is Retro Fighters. Now, Retro Fighters is a company that's taking a more modern style and applying it to these retro controllers. So back here, you can see a PS1, PS2, and PS3 compatible controller called the Defender. I have both one sitting on top of my PlayStation 1 and PlayStation 2 because I needed the colors to match, obviously. They have their Brawler 64 controller, which is a redesign of the N64 controller, kind of getting rid of the awkward third handle that's in the middle of the classic N64 controllers, moving the D-pad up here so that you can hold it more like a traditional controller. They have their own GameCube offerings with the Battler and the Blade. Notice the difference in where the joysticks are placed. There's even some interesting designs like the 6-button layout for the Dreamcast, which is a really cool reimagining of the Dreamcast controller. This one's actually one of my favorites, and it's a shame they don't have a wireless option for this. It's called the Brawler Gen. It's compatible with both the Sega Genesis, the Master System, and the Sega Saturn, and you can see that it gives a more modern feel to the old school 6-button controller and the addition of a joystick, which is great for some Sega Saturn titles. And finally, I gotta mention the Hunter controller for the original Xbox. There are not a lot of offerings out there for the original Xbox, and this is a really solid controller. I love it. It's actually probably my favorite controller from Retro Fighters. Now, the last company on the list I want to talk about is 8BitDo. They tend to focus on a more authentic retro experience, designing their controllers more in line with the way that the controllers originally felt. And my favorite offering from them, and as far as I know, they're the only company out there doing this, are Bluetooth boards that can actually slot into the OEM shells, giving you Bluetooth functionality on the original controller. So in this case, this is one for the GameCube here. You can see that it's completely wireless. This is an original GameCube shell. Same for the classic rectangular NES controller here, completely wireless OEM controller here with a Bluetooth board. Both the SNES and the Super Famicom controllers. I absolutely love Famicom because of the buttons. And probably my favorite is the N64 board. Regardless of which of these companies you go with, they're all very high quality companies that deliver fantastic products. You really can't go wrong checking any of them out.